Come on. Let's go. Sometimes things just work out. Let's go, baby. That's it. Gengar, Netherworld Gates, and we're doing 340 damage. See ya, Urshifu. The frighteningly fast Hisuian Zoroark V-STAR deck truly is a terror to play against. Its ticking curse attack can do up to 340 damage for just 1 energy, easily disposing of Pokémon VMAX and Pokémon V-STAR. Oswaldo Murillo just finished in the top 8 of the Peoria Regional Championships with Zoroark, and it's been getting a bunch of great online finishes lately, asserting it as one of the top decks in the Pokemon TCG. I'm stoked to show off this Hisuian Zoroark V-STAR deck, but before we get to it, let's head on over to fullgripcodes.com. If you want to get all of the best cards on your Pokemon trading card game online account, look no further than fullgripcodes.com. We've got all of the best Pokemon trading card game online codes available for instant email delivery, and supporting the shop at fullgripcodes.com directly supports the content that I create here on Tricky Gym. Thank you so much for shopping at fullgripcodes.com. Now, let's check out that Zoroark deck. The main idea of this deck is to damage all of your own Pokemon. That's right, you have to put damage counters on your own Pokemon, which is not usually something that you set out to do in a game, but with Hisuian Zoroark V-STAR, it makes a lot of sense. Zoroark V-STAR's ticking curse attack does 50 damage times the amount of Pokemon you have in play with damage counters on them. So if you have 6 Pokemon in play, all with damage counters on them, you're going to do base 300 damage with ticking curse. Now, in order to pay for ticking curse, we play 4 copies of double turbo energy, which provides 2 colorless energy at a time, but decreases your damage output by 20. So with a double turbo energy attached, ticking curse can do 280 damage, which is perfect math to one-hit KO Pokemon V-STAR. With a choice belt attached, you can do 310 damage, and if you're up against a Pokemon VMAX, you can use Radiant Hawlucha's big match ability to do 340 damage with Hisuian Zoroark V-STAR. But in order to do all of that, we have to have damage counters on our own Pokemon. And in order to get damage on your own Pokemon, we got a couple of things we can do. First of all, there's Gapejaw Bog, which is a stadium card that makes it so that when you put a Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you place 2 damage counters on it. We also have 2 copies of Gengar with its Netherworld Gate ability, which allows you to place the Gengar from your discard pile straight onto your bench, and when you do that, you place 3 damage counters on Gengar. Between Gapejaw Bog and Gengar, you can get a bunch of damage counters on your board, but sometimes you'll miss damage counters being placed on certain Pokemon, like the Pokemon that you start for the game. In order to get damage counters on Pokemon that didn't get affected by Gapejaw Bog or that aren't Gengar, we have Damage Pump, which allows you to move up to 2 damage counters from one of your Pokemon to your other Pokemon in any way you like. So if you use Gengar's Netherworld Gate ability to bring it from the discard pile to your bench, it'll have 3 damage counters on it. Then you can use 1 Damage Pump to move 2 of those damage counters from the Gengar to 2 of your other Pokemon in play. And just like that, all of your Pokemon will have damage counters on them, and then you can swing for massive one-hit KOs with Hisuian Zoroark V-STAR. This deck is really crazy when it pops off, so check it out in action and let me know what you think of Hisuian Zoroark V-STAR in the comments below. Okay, looks like I'm playing against Palkia Kyurem, and I don't have a Zoroark in my hand right now, which is not great. There's only 2 Hisuian Zoroark V-STAR in the deck, so I'm going to thin the deck and then attempt to find a Zoroark with my shoes. And I fail to do that. So I'll pass. This is not ideal, but we will just pass. I still think that there's an out to win this game, because I could find... Yeah, there's still an out to win this game. Since this deck plays so many Pokemon V, I could find a Zoroark and I could find Diancie this next turn, and then I could just retreat the Manaphy into Diancie and pass, the Manaphy is going to be very good at preventing spread damage from Radiant Greninja, so I don't have to worry about that. And I think I can afford to be a turn behind. Thank you, Russ, for that Prime sub. Yeah, I can afford to be a turn behind in this game. It's basically just going to be like I went second, right? Since I went first and I didn't do anything, now it's kind of just like I'm going second. But my opponent gets to play an Irida on their first turn of the game, which is fine. You can still win even if you're going second with this deck, especially against a deck that has so many 2 and 3 prize Pokemon like the Palkia Kyurem deck. So we will have to Marnie. I can't really afford to research as I've got a Hisuian Zoroark VSTAR in my hand and I prized 2. So we can't really research that away. I also don't want to get rid of this double turbo energy. So we're hoping that these next 5 cards are good ones. Oh, man. I think that we'll keep the energy. That's fine. And then just Marnie. Because, my goodness, what a poor start. I was able to find... in a lot of ways, the bare minimum of what I need. We can put down Gapejaw in both of these. And then we can retreat and void return back into the Manaphy. And then I need to have a live top deck. My Manaphy is going to go down, which is not great, but it's fine if I can just top deck an Ultra Ball or maybe anything, a Quick Ball, a Crobat, a Research, a Hisuian Zoroark VSTAR. Yeah, if I can get any of those cards next turn, I'm chilling. Now, we did just Marnie their Stadium to the bottom of the deck, so that's good. But our hand is looking quite regrettable right now. We'll see what my opponent plays. Irida is like the primary supporter that the Palkia Kyurem deck uses. It's a lot of Irida. So I imagine that they might Irida just for Palkia, VSTAR, take the knockout on Manaphy, and go from there. Unless they've got a boss's orders. Rotom Phone could find them something that they need because they can Primate Wisdom into the card that they stacked, or they could concealed cards into the card that they stacked. So either way, it's a pretty nice little combo there. And here's Irida. We do have to hope that my opponent doesn't escape rope up one of my Zoroarks. That would be quite bad. Because if I start losing the trade, like if I get the first 2 prize Pokemon knocked out, then I will just lose this game. Which is one of the reasons that I'm a little bit... It's one of my criticisms of the Zoroark deck, is that it doesn't have comeback potential like that. If you get this dude knocked out, then it's like, all right, I've lost. Because then my opponent will just have the knockouts built up on board. They got Lost City. Oh, man. So this Manaphy is a goner. I do have good faith in this deck, though. I feel like I've got a lot of live cards. I didn't have any Quick Balls or any Ultra Balls in my opening hand, so all I need to do is find one of those, and I will be drawing cards. So I have hope in the top deck, but it does need to provide for us. There's Subspace Well. Manaphy goes down to the Lost Zone. And all that waiting to top deck. A Research C. Trust in thy deck. Research for 7 new cards, and we are chilling. We do find a Gapejaw Bog, so that's good. We've got another Zoroark. We've got Ultra Ball. So let's think this one through. We need to make sure that we are doing everything exactly right. So let's Ultra Ball away probably the Gengar. And do I need Damage Pump? Probably not. So I can get rid of that. And we can get Oranguru. I don't want to bench the Hawlucha yet because they could knock out that Hawlucha. And then I wouldn't be able to hit the knockouts that I need to hit. Oh, we really want to go get the Zoroark VSTAR. I'm tripping. All right, we're going to get this guy. And then we're going to bench Zoroark. And then we're going to Crobat for 5. And I've still got Phantom Star if I need it. So we do have a Gengar. If I would like to pop that Gengar out, that is an option. I could save my V-Star power then, which would be pretty good. I probably don't want to bench the Hawlucha. So, and I don't know that I necessarily need this Damage Pump. So let's Quick Ball away the Damage Pump. And we've got 2 Zoroark down. I don't want to put down a weak Pokemon because then it opens the door for Radiant Greninja to do something. So we're going to just put down another Zoroark, and then I'm going to bust out the Gengar, and we're going to do that. So then Radiant Greninja is less of a threat. And with this, I can do 280 damage. So we're going to Ticking Curse for the knockout. I've got 2 Hisuian Zoroark V-Star prized, so there's a pretty high chance that I find one. There it is. And I'm really happy that I was able to save my V-Star power because it's going to allow me to dig for the Choice Belts and the Hawlucha that I need to knock out this Cheren VMAX. And once I knock out the Cheren VMAX, then I will just need 1 more knockout in order to win. So I can just use Boss's orders to get that. I have Marnie in my hand, so Marnie's probably going to be the supporter that I use because Eldegoss will be a great way to finish the game. Just Eldegoss for Boss's orders game, right? So that might be what I go for. We have both Choice Belts still in the deck. So I shouldn't have too much of a problem finding those. And this is crazy. It's crazy that we have a shot to win this even though we started so bad. It's because Zoroark can take one-hit KOs so aggressively. The fact that Zoroark can hit that 330 number against Cheren is really wild. And it almost doesn't even matter what my opponent does this turn. Because all that matters is that if I can go knockout, knockout, then I win. It doesn't matter what they do. Unless they were to do something silly like put a big charm on the Cheren. But they would never do that. So long as they're not doing that, It doesn't matter what they do. So I've got 2 Damage Pump in the discard pile. I've got this Gapejaw Bog here. We'll probably play the Gapejaw Bog. Evolve into Zoroark. I don't have another Gengar in the discard pile right now, so... we're chilling. We'll see what they take with their prizes. There we go. 2 for you, and then I will promote Zoroark. We find research off the top of the deck. We will evolve, and I want to... it is tough. How many Boss's Orders do I have in the deck? Plenty. I think I'm okay to just research. I think I'm okay. I could Marnie. It would save some stuff, but I almost don't think it matters. I think I just research into the bottom of the deck. So let's just do that. Because I've got 2 Boss's Orders left, right? And there's one right there. And here's the double turbo energy. So the real crazy thing about that is that I'm also able to save my V-Star power. Oh, but I do need to find the Choice Belt. So maybe I'm not able to save my V-Star power. Let's see. We have to find the Choice Belts. So let's quick ball away the Gapejaw Bog to thin. And there are 2 Choice Belts left in the deck. We'll Trekking Shoes. There it is. Take the Choice Belts. There we go. There we go. There we go. And now the question is, do I want to use my Phantom Star V-Star power preemptively if my opponent takes this knockout, double knockout on Gengar and Hawlucha, then I just have boss for game right now. But if my opponent brings up Cheren and knocks out my Zoroark V-Star, it's possible that I don't have anything in my hand. So I think it's correct to use Phantom Star. And then that way I actually have a hand. And I can Ultra Ball away both of these to go get the final Zoroark V-Star and just set that up, right? So we've got that, and then we can Ticking Curse for a 1-hit KO, 340 damage to the Cheren VMAX, and I'll take my 3 prizes. Now my opponent's in a situation where if they use Radiant Greninja to knock out Hawlucha and Gengar, then I just knock out Radiant Greninja for game. If they attack my Cheren VMAX, if they attack my Zoroark V-Star with Cheren VMAX, then that means that they keep the Radiant Hawlucha on my bench, which means that all I need is the double turbo Choice Belt, and then I win, right? So I should pretty much have checkmate. Obviously, if I just top deck a Boss's Orders, then I also have that as a win condition. So I've pretty much checkmated them, but it looks like they are going to potentially Moonlight Shuriken. They know they're in a bad spot if they attack with Greninja, and they're in a bad spot if they attack with Cheren. So I'm not sure that they have a good choice. Both of them feel bad. I feel like they have to go with the Cheren VMAX, though, and then hope that I don't find my final Choice Belt, right? I think that's like their best route because that's the one thing that I don't have guaranteed. Also, if they attack with this Cheren, they can force me to have to find another Pokemon with damage on it, right? Now, I have Research Gengar Double Turbo in my hand with a Choice Belt in my deck, but they don't know that. So I think that attacking with the Radiant Greninja is just a concession because I actually have damage on board to just finish off the Greninja. But we could see how crazy this deck is, just taking those hyper aggressive one-hit KOs. I mean, it's so nuts, right? So they're going to go for the shake and bake play. And I respect this as well. They're going to try and stall my Hisuian Zoroark V while using Moonlight Shuriken to take out Gengar and Hawlucha. And this way, they don't just instantly lose. But I've got the cards I need in hand to take the final knockouts on Greninja, and that is GG's. Looks like I'm going first against probably Palkia Inteleon. We've got a solid opening hand, but no way to damage our own Pokemon, so that's a little unfortunate. We do have Damage Pump, though, and I do have a way to get a Gengar. Okay, I spoke too soon. I do have ways to damage my own guys. So let's do this, and we can go get another Zoroark. And then we can pop this Gengar out. And then we can Damage Pump there. I mean, that's like a pretty solid turn one. Like that. And then I can pass to my opponent. Let's do that. Love that. And it looks like my opponent is maybe not playing Palkia Inteleon, judging by that Remoraid. In fact, it's Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. Everybody's favorite Rapid Strike Pokemon. All right. So this changes things a little bit, but also not really. I've got cards in my deck to help me deal with Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. We've got Dunsparce, and we've got Manaphy. So we just need to get both Dunsparce and Manaphy into play, and we'll be good to go. I think my opponent's just going to turn one, keep calling. I would like to gust up Urshifu and knock it out. That would be my dream. Find Manaphy right there, which is fine, but I don't want to bench too many other Pokemon without a way to damage them. I guess it doesn't really matter quite yet because I don't need a lot to knock out this Sobble. I could just go for Phantom Star. I don't hate that. Ultra Ball for another Gengar, Phantom Star. Yeah, that's cool. Let's do that. And then that guarantees me more damage counters, which I like. But I did not hit a supporter card or an energy. In fact, my hand is pretty trash. So I have to Ultra Ball for... I guess I could Ultra Ball for Eldegoss and play it. But my only supporter is Marnie. Alternatively, I could Crobat. So we could... But then I won't have space for Dunsparce, which is pretty much terrible. So we want to Ultra Ball away these. And we want to go get Eldegoss. I think I pretty much have to, Marnie. Oh boy. It's not Super duper good. Okay. We're going to retreat into Gengar and pass. Yeah, this does not seem great. This seems pretty bad. Yep. Looks like they're gonna gust up a Zoroark. Hopefully they make the wrong choice and gust up the Zoroark with the Air Balloon. That would be sick. If they gust up the Zoroark without the Air Balloon, I will concede. Ah, they gust up the wrong one. All right, we're chilling. I still think I'm going to lose this game, but we might not. They're just going to Gale Thrust, 2 cards in hand. Okay. There's a chance. We promote Zoroark. Trek. Do I want the Quick Ball? No. Research. Let's go Gapejaw. Yeah, I'm letting it rip. I need to draw cards and do things. Okay. This is good. So, I do need one more Zoroark, though. And I don't have that yet. So let's Trek. No. There it is. All right, cool. Isn't this crazy, bro? And then I can Quick Ball away Air Balloon. And go get Hawlucha. And then we bench that. And then I've got Choice Belt. And then I go Damage Pump here. And then I go Damage Pump here. And then I go double Turbo Energy. And 0 card hand. We did it. 340 damage. Just barely. But I'll take my 3 prizes. Research. Not a bad card to have. Oh, those are 3 insane cards. Poggers, 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 Poggers. Okay. So what you're saying is that there's a chance. Despite that incredibly terrible opening, and despite the fact that I have prized my Dunsparce, I think, we still got a shot here. If my opponent just brings up an Urshifu VMAX and knocks out my Zoroark, then all I need to do is find a Choice Belt and a Zoroark and I win. Which is kind of nutso. Both my Crobats are in the discard pile, though. That's not good. That's bad. Yeah. So I'm just going to need to just find the Choice Belt. You know. It's cool. There's only 18 cards in my deck. We'll find the Choice Belt, right, guys? Right, guys? Tell me we'll find the Choice Belt. We've got 2 Trekking Shoes in the deck. Those are basically mini Crobats. They're basically Crobats, man. Those were 3 insane prize cards, though, were they not? I mean, my goodness, that's nuts. Shoo. All right, there's the Gale Thrust. The ball is in my court. This is my game to lose. Go get him, Zoroark. Come on. Let's go. Sometimes things just work out. Let's go, baby. That's it. GG's. Gengar, Netherworld Gates, and we're doing 340 damage. See ya, Urshifu. Playing against Arceus, we've got a phenomenal opening hands with Zoroark, Double Turbo. Yeah, that's all we need, so that's pretty good. And then next turn, this is, wow, Blast from the Past. We've got Arceus and Malamar. That's pretty cool. I guess Malamar's hand disruption's probably pretty good against Lost Box when combined with Marnie. Could definitely see that. And I'm going to get Marnie pathed. Turn 1. What a rush. Let's see if our deck will provide. Looks like, oh, God. Oh, lordy. It's not great for us. Okay. Yeah, it's not great with the path there. But Oranguru could get us out of this. It could. Come on, Oranguru. Let's go, buddy. Time to Primate Whiz all over the place. You know you could do it. That didn't quite get there. And now my Ticking Curse is doing no damage. Oh, I guess I could pop him out. I'll do some damage. I'll do like 30. We'll probably just Void Return. Switch into Gengar. Yeah, that's probably fine. We'll Void Return. Switch into Gengar. And then we'll draw out of this. I'm confident. That turn 1 path, Marnie. Man. Right, they can't discard my hand if I have no hand. So now we're using our noggins. It looks like they are actually going to remove the path for me, which is great because I didn't reveal my Hisuian Zoroark VSTAR, so they got no reason to think that, you know, that would be a big deal for me. And it looks like they also need their abilities, right, in order to get things rocking and rolling. So nah, they wouldn't put a path down after removing it. Why would they? That would be immature. No shot. They have to get like their one-of switch and then a double turbo. They have, or like one-of switch and like they've got no cards in their hand. They need more. They don't have. Now, if they get research and they research into the path, yeah, I think it's just double turbo research. And then they probably find another path off this research. And I'm like, ah! Ah! Right. Like they hit this crushing hammer. No. Tool jammer. Incisors for 3. Crushing hammer. All right. Good stuff. We're in there. Boys and girls, we've done it. Got them right where we want them. Damage pump off the top, too. This is glorious. Let's do that. And then Phantom Star for 7 big ones. Find the Air Balloon, but I ain't playing it. We've got Marnie. Got Boss's Orders. I really need to find that stadium, huh? Yeah. Yeah, probably, yeah. I really got to think about my bench. There's damage pumps in the deck, you know, because I'm going to bench a backup Hisuian Zoroark. Yeah. I don't need to do a lot of damage to take this knockout, so I think I'm going to just be conservative and not bench. I'm going to do that. I will bench this, but I'm not going to bench something else, and then we'll Marnie. Which seems fine. We'll do that. We find Gapejaw and Eldegoss. So in order to take this knockout, let's Primate Wisdom the Zoroark. We find Diancie. In order to take this knockout, I need 5 damage counter Pokemon. So this is tough. It's like I have to do this in order to take the knockout. We have to Netherworld Gates. And now I'm at 4. And then I have to bench this Diancie even though I do not want to. That's fine. All right. Gapejaw Bog. Diancie down. Retreat. And now we've got the 5. Yep. So we're taking Curse for the knockout. The problem is I don't want to bench that Diancie because I want to save that bench spot for Hawlucha. That needs to be Hawlucha. But it's not Hawlucha. Now I have no way of knocking out this Malamar unless... Yeah, I've got no way of knocking out the Malamar. But I guess the Malamar's not one-hit KOing me, so, like, what do I really care? It doesn't matter, right? We can afford to kind of play slow and steady. That's okay. The Arceus deck is not taking one-hit KOs. They're just trying to remove my energy with Crushing Hammers. I do have 2 energy down, to be fair. They actually whiff the energy they need to attack. So now we're just... And we got Cheren's Care. Boy, we're chilling. Okay. So we got this. I do need to find an energy, though. Yeah, that is the thing. That's fine. All right, Trekking Shoes. Yeah, I'll keep those. Trekking Shoes. Don't need that. Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball ain't doing it for us. Just need to find energy. Let's quick ball away this. Get this guy. 2 energy left in the deck. Marnie. We do not find the energy that we need. Huh. Evolution Incense. Use my V-Star power. All that. Yeah. Okay. Quick balls. Grab that. Primate Whiz. Hawlucha on top of the deck. Yep. Looks like we're hanging out. Yep. Well, that Crushing Hammer did its job. And now they can just... Oof. They can max jammer me. This is not good. That's fine. They're not even one-hit KOing my guys, man. We're relaxed. I'm not even sweating this one. Yeah. I do need that. Yeah, give me that back. Primate Wisdom. Woohoo! All right. I don't think I really... well, it's fine. I'll just throw it down. It's fine. Might want it for Hawlucha later. Okay. Man, they're just going to get rid of the card I want. That's fine. We pass. They're going to get rid of the Marnie. Yeah, Guru plays around Max Jammer, but I had to use the Guru to get out of the Max Jammer. So now we're stuck. I've got Boss. Got 2 energy left in the deck. They'll take 2 prizes. I have to send up Zoroark. I'm putting Boss and Raihan. I will get to keep the Quick Ball. So I will get to set up another Zoroark. Because they're going to bop the Marnie for sure. And then I also get to keep the Path. And they probably don't play many switches. Yeah, I also get to keep the Boss. And they probably don't play many switches. So they're actually going to get rid of the Boss. That's how afraid they are. Which I'm okay with. Because now I actually can knock out this Malamar. Holy smokes. All right. So what we need to do is we need to find a damage pump. And that's it. A damage pump off of this Marnie. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go, deck. Damage pump. We move a damage counter off of here, over there. The jammer doesn't matter, bro. I've got the Hawlucha. He's only got 310. There we go. Boom. Your Malamar is done. Fini. Later. And the fact that I don't have a backup Zoroark right now doesn't matter because they can't one-hit KO this Zoroark. So we're chilling. They cannot one-hit KO it, so all I have to do is just smack again, and then the game is ours. They've got boss's orders to bring up Hawlucha, but that does not matter. Because Zoroark should be able to finish off this Arceus, but I do need one more thing. I need one more damaged Pokemon. And they did counter my stadium. So, up. That's a way to do this too. GG's. Let's go. Zoroark got there after a very grindy game. We'll take it. That about wraps it up for Zoroark. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you like the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/TrickyJim, where I stream live Pokemon trading card game content just like the stuff you watched here every weekday. I've also got hoodies for sale on TrickyJim.com. These nice gray hoodies help support the content. Huge thank you to everybody who's already picked one up. They're extremely comfy and easy to wear and stylish, if I do say so myself. Y'all have a busted day. See ya.